Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Undeniable. Today, I'm joined by APU All-American track and field athlete Daniel Bessolo. How are you?
I'm doing well. This afternoon. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm great. You had practice recently?
Just had practice.
Yeah, come straight from practice?
Exactly.
The grind.
The grind, right?
The grind. So before your entire track career, you started playing basketball. Tell me what made you switch and go from being a basketball player to a track and field athlete.
No, when I was playing basketball, I played basketball my whole life, ever since I was a kid, through high school. But I think playing so long, I started to burn out a little bit. The mental side of it really started to feel heavy on me, and I was doing well in track at the time. I did track in high school as well, and I decided that, hey, I'm doing well in this, and it's kind of new. Let me just jump into an individual sport where I can focus on myself and see what I can do.
That's amazing. So in your first meet ever with APU in 2020, you ran a 49.7, and now your personal best is set at a 46.93 in the 400-meter race, which is one lap around. If you don't know, and if you're not a track and field athlete, one lap around. This was hit back in 2021. Tell me how you think your training evolved during that time span to help you hit your personal best in the 400-meter.
I think a lot of it was getting used to the new system, being under Coach Andy's training, kind of maturing under her tutelage was nice. Just being able to be in the program for a while. And I came in from a junior college, and halfway through the semester I transferred, so I was switching coaches altogether. So switching from one coach to the next, I just had to learn their system, learn APU's system, kind of work into it there and trust the system.
And you've done amazing in APU's system.
Thank you.
Just recently, you competed in Seattle on a relay team where they are now, well, your relay team that you competed in is now 12th in the nation. As an athlete on the team, I know how much time is dedicated to the sport, but tell everyone, for you, how much time do you dedicate and how do you prepare for track meet days?
Yeah, I think a lot more time is put into your sport than you really feel like you signed up for. I mean, for myself, I thought all I had to do was go to practice every day, go home, and that was that, you know? Realistically, so much time and care goes into taking care of your body, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your sleep. I think a lot of my sleep schedule is built around knowing I practice in the morning, you know? So I put a lot of time into the little things that I'm not doing on the track. So when I am on the track, everything works out well together.
All track athletes know that the 400-meter race is very intense, and the last 50 meters can feel like the biggest fight of your life. What's your strategy, and how do you break down the 400-meter race?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of different athletes have a lot of different ways of running it. For myself, I like to just run as hard as I can for as long as I can, because I feel like for the 400, you're never going to feel better than at the beginning of the race. So I'll go as hard as I can and just like let myself kind of fizzle out, kind of die out. And then it's like, okay, that last 50 meters is coming. I know I'm fighting. I know I'm in for a fight. So
the motivation comes in.
It's just a lot of, I run my best when I feel my best. And then as the race goes on, I feel a little worse. Then I'm like, okay, it's time to start working now.
You can't stop now.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't just quit. And so what lane would you say is your favorite lane to run the 400?
That's a good question. My fastest time that I ran was in lane 6, so it has a special place in my heart.
Oh, okay.
But I think I like lane 3 the most.
Lane 3.
You kind of see all the fast people on your outside. You got a couple people on your inside. They're going to push you to run faster. But I think between those two lanes, I think it's a hard choice, but I like them both.
And let's just say, like, you can say it. Lane 1 in the 400 is a setup for failure. There is no denying it. Like,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, there's no denying it. I mean, it's just like everyone says it measures up, it equals out. No, it doesn't.
No, it's bad because you just want something different.
Yeah, and mentally, it can weigh on you a lot. Yeah, so everyone knows lane 1.
It feels like the longest run.
Even if you have all the motivation, it feels like forever. So track has its ups and downs, and it can weigh heavily physically on an athlete as well as mentally on an athlete. It can affect them if they aren't seeing continuous results. So mentally and physically, how do you keep yourself uplifted after setbacks?
Yeah, I've had a couple of setbacks even while I was here at APU. Physical injuries that then turn mental. And all of a sudden you're kind of fighting with yourself, like, am I still good? Am I okay? Like, what's happening? And when that happens, I normally like to turn to God and make sure that He's my anchor and that He's still there, He's strong for me, so that I can also be strong for myself, also for other people who also might be going through injuries, mental or physical. If they can look to you to be strong, then, you know, it's a good thing. It's a win. So I think turning to God is my first way. Also, I like to look to my teammates. I feel like my teammates also provide a lot of strength for me in hard times.
And so do you have like a quote or like a mantra you live by that kind of keeps you going in a way?
In hard times, I look to the Word of God, and specifically I like Isaiah 40:31, which says, "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." I really take that verse, and I take the trusting part really seriously, because I know that if I trust Him, He'll be faithful to give me the strength that I need to make it through the hard times.
Amazing. And I think it's so important, like you said, to put God at the center of everything that you do. So I love that verse. And as a captain on the track team and being chosen to take on the leadership role, what does it mean to you to not only be known for your talent, but also chosen to lead your university's track team?
Yeah, it's an honor. It's really a deep honor to me. I do put a lot of time and attention and focus into being an athlete, being a person, being a leader who people can look up to as someone who leads by example. So to me, it really means a lot. It also is a responsibility that I have to bear. I have to make sure that the actions that I'm taking are ones that are going to reflect the school, reflect God, reflect, just good behavior that I want to have, So for me, it's a responsibility, but it's also an honor.
I think it's an amazing honor as well, and I think it's like the first time they've had a captain, so that's a big deal. A big deal.
That's a lot to think about, yeah.
So being a 400-meter runner, you also run the 4x4, which is a relay team with 4 people running on the relay team. So if you had to choose, no one you know, you could know them, but no one you know, like the big time top athletes, they don't have to run the 400. They can run any race, the 100, 200, just pretend they're in the 400 with you. Who would you have on your relay team? The ideal 4x4 relay team for Daniel.
This is going to sound really cheesy, but I really, really, really like the team I have right now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't mean
my team, my 4x4 team that I have right now, with Dominic, Gonzalez, Shellmeyer, Leroy, and Tyler, it's a really special team. I don't know if I can say I've ever been on a team where I've been so excited to run the relay, where I didn't feel like I was carrying the entire relay, and having other people who can run with you and run well, and you can do something special together, it's such a blessing.
That's a great 4x4. So in your previous track years at APU, not only have you been recognized with awards, but you also made it to Pac West with the NCAA Division II championships. What are your current goals as your year with APU track comes to an end, unfortunately? Sigh, cries, tears.
A little bit. My goals this year are, I just want to go big. If I'm going out, I want to go out big. And I know our men's team has been talking a lot about winning a national championship, and that right now is the goal. That's the goal, is a team championship. But also individually, and maybe a little selfishly, I want to win the Open 400 at nationals, and I also, for the 4x4, I want to win the 4x4 at nationals. And I think if we could do that, God willing, that would just be a beautiful end to my collegiate career.
Yeah, I agree. And so throughout your track experience, what memory or moment will you never forget? Something that's stuck with you?
I think I'll remember forever was in 2021, the outdoor season, when the women's team won the national championship, and I was able to be a part of that, and just watching everybody in their team perform just crazy good. And the energy there was so good. The coaches were crying. Like, how often do you see your coaches cry?
Oh, yeah.
So I think that'll be a memory that I just kind of cherish forever.
Oh, if you get the coach to cry, you made it.
You did something right. Or very wrong. One of the two.
Or very wrong. It could go both ways. And so lastly, when you think of the word undeniable, what does that word mean to you?
To me, undeniable means that you can't be stopped. Whatever you're going for, you're going to get it, because you can't be denied, right? So whatever's in your path, whatever's in your way, you're not going to let it stop you. You're going to get whatever you're reaching for.
Amazing. Well, we're going to go into some would you rather questions. Are you ready?
No. But yes, I am.
Okay. Would you rather run on a completely empty stomach or run overly full in the 400?
I think empty stomach.
Maybe your motivation though was running to get food.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point.
And so would you rather run in shoes that are too big or too small?
Ooh. I think too small, although it really hurt. For 400 meters, that's a lot of time.
A lot of
I think I'd go too small though. Too big, I feel like I'd feel clunky
and fall.
Yeah, probably.
Would you rather come in 4th at the Olympics, or say you were a distance runner or a marathon runner and came in 1st at the New York City Marathon?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's always been a dream of mine to go to the Olympics, so I think I'd want to come 4th at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe I could take 2nd at a marathon.
At the marathon, still get both, 2 in 1. And the last one, would you rather sprint for 20 minutes straight, or walk fast for 2 hours straight, like super fast for 2 hours straight?
I want to know how far I could run in 20 minutes, but I think walking, you know how they have a little race walk. I think if I had a good form, I think I could just kill it for.
I was saying that at practice the other day. I could win.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, how hard can it be?
Everyone who does it is like
until you start.
They're watching us like.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Daniel, for coming on my show called Undeniable. Look forward to watching you continue to dominate this season and continuing to see what you will do as well after college. And you've represented and shown what it means to be undeniable. So I'm really happy that I've been able to have you on my show. Do you want to shout anything out, say anything?
Stay undeniable, guys.